What's up, you guys? I hope you're enjoying this constant flow of videos as much as I am enjoying creating them for you. Teen mom OG boyfriend Simon Saran has come out and yet again accused producer Kiki Maloney of drugging Ryan Edwards. Remember, I have a 3-week-old video on my channel from the very first time he did this on Twitter. I'm gonna link to it at the end of this video. And I said very clearly in it that if MTV and Kiki do not come out with statements condemning Simon for accusing Kiki and, essentially MTV by proxy of participating in something so sick and disgusting, especially now in light of what we saw last week, how serious it is for Ryan, then we're forced to believe that he is either telling the whole and complete truth or something very close to it. The day after the terrifying episode of Teen Mom OG aired, Simon took to his Twitter account to tweet, and I quote, "Someone needs to open up an investigation on Kiki giving Ryan pills. It's really fucked up. They could have died or killed. Hashtag Teen Mom OG." Now, on the surface, when we consider the source, we know that Simon is the kind of character who likes to just essentially talk. Whether or not he's telling the truth is hard to say, because he is really kind of flippant and casual about very serious things. Remember, he casually told us long before we had any real evidence of it that Matt Bayer was physically abusing Amber. He talked about them being into these, salacious activities and stuff like that. And it almost seems like he gets a kick out of saying things that he knows will get a reaction from people who watch the show and follow the cast. So I've never really been able to decipher whether or not I believe pretty much anything he says. But in this case, upon some further digging and, thinking back on the season, his statements on Kiki in particular are kind of starting to sort of fall into place a little bit. Remember how a few episodes back, Amber was mad at Daddy because Matt gave Caitlyn a Xanax when she complained about having an anxiety issue. And when he was asked where he would have gotten the Xanax pill from as a recovering addict who claims to not accept any prescriptions of any kind, he told Amber that he got it from a friend who he did not name. So when you think about it, Kiki produces Amber segments, and Kiki also produces Macy's segments. At first, I thought that the Xanax pill came from Matt's friend Jeff, but I don't really think that really made that much sense, because we don't know when the last time Matt would have seen Jeff at that point would have been. I don't believe that their friendship is really all that close. Remember, around the first time that Jeff was introduced to us on the television show, it seemed like Matt had just kind of commissioned him as a fake friend for the show, so that he seems like he's got at least one person in the world who likes him. So I don't really believe that it could have been Jeff's, upon now realizing the coincidence that is Kiki being with them for that trip and also being a producer for Macy and Ryan's segments as well. Obviously, there haven't been any more details coming out about the drug connection or anything like that, but that is some pretty compelling information when you consider it. Matt's only friend in this world seems to be Jeff, and he doesn't even see Jeff all that often for him to have gotten a Xanax off of Jeff, whereas Kiki, the producer, is with Matt, on a daily basis for this show. Not that I'm saying that Kiki gave him drugs or whatever, but it seems a little bit more likely that it's someone who is a lot closer to him, especially someone who is dedicated in his book, than a random person that he sees every once in a while and passes off as a friend for the television show. And yet again, I'm saying it seems like MTV didn't threaten him the first time, or he doesn't listen, because here he is tweeting about this girl yet again. And it's sad to think that Kiki doesn't want to release a statement. I mean, you can argue that the reason MTV does not want to sue him or shut his comments down or anything like that is because they like the buzz and the ratings that come along with this. But that scene that we saw was so disturbing and shocking. It hit the mainstream like nothing before out of this franchise. People were really disgusted and disappointed in MTV, Ryan, his wife Mackenzie, and everyone who's involved in that scene. They issued a public apology for pretty much the first time in Teen Mom history as well. So if he really was lying about this, do you not think that MTV would kind of muzzle him by now? And on a second note, if MTV kind of is okay with this for the purpose of drawing eyeballs to their show, what about Kiki on a personal note? Kiki is a person at the end of the day, and this could affect her personal and professional lives should she decide that she doesn't want to work with MTV in the future. Maybe she wants to work with a different network, or maybe she wants to get into a different line of work. So all these rumors swirling about her being a drug dealer or a drug enabler, for people is really, really sad. And I'm disappointed to see that she doesn't seem to be interested in clearing her name. You guys, do you believe that Kiki is actually the producer behind helping Ryan get high? Let me know in the comment section down below, and as usual, we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more, feel free to share it with your friends as well, and follow me across social media where I absolutely love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.